And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, trolls, stalkers, haters, all of the above. Welcome back to another episode of Original Storytelling. And the story we are continuing is Invasion of Privacy, a brand new part on this beautiful Valentine's Day evening. I hope you're snuggled up, booed up with your loved one. Got your snuggles going and your blankets staying warm out there because we're going to get nice and cozy with a nighttime story. Part 2 is finished. We are about to proceed on with the story. But before that, we're going to take a few minutes, let it marinate, and recap part 1. Part 1, we have met our two protagonists, Brandon and Alice, newlyweds. They have found the home of their dreams. As of right now, they live in the city, possibly an apartment or they're just trying to get a fresh start, relocate, and get their life going in full speed. So Alice gets on the internet and goes through realtors' websites, checking out houses, prices, and things like that. Comes across a nice home in Windsor, Nebraska, or I believe that's the name of the town. I have to double check that. I might have just screwed all that nice little intro up. On a nice quiet road called Windmill Road. But as they visit the open house and set up the appointment with the realtor named Sarah, they notice, well, Brandon notices a house that is overgrown with weeping willow trees, bushes, and there's a gate that has no trespassing written on it. And behind that is an abandoned house. So Brandon is walking around the property, getting to know his future home, and he hears talking, he hears voices. But peeping through the fence and the bushes, there's nobody to be found and nobody standing and talking. He hears it, but he doesn't see it. Weird, right? Absolutely. But they think nothing of it. Do their little open house home tour, agree to buy the house. The keys are given from Sarah, the realtor, and they are headed back to where they come from to load up and get ready to move to their new, beautiful, dreamy home. But today we're going to focus on part 2. And part 2 proceeds on, not with our newlyweds, is that there's a lot of characters introduced in this story. And we're going to see what's up. So, that being said, part 2 is coming up right now. Shall we begin? This is Invasion of Privacy, Part 2. Sitting at her desk, Sarah's phone rings. Unknown number. Is everything final with our new tenants for the house? Yes. They left out this morning to travel back and load up their things. The couple is officially moving in at the end of next week. That's great. Keep contact for updates. Hanging up the phone, a concerned look forms on Sarah's face. Wanting to call Alice, she hesitates in fear. Leaving her office, eyes are watching her from a distance as Sarah drives off. They must be warned. I can't let them witness such madness that awaits. Driving down Windmill Road, a man reaches over to grab a file folder. Picking it up, he sees a deer jump from the ditch line. Losing control of the car, crashing into a tree, the airbag keeps his head from being busted open by the steering wheel. Crawling out to the ditch line, he sees shiny shoes from a man in a suit that resembles Jack the Ripper. Hello, Bradley. It's been far too long. Dragging him to the trunk of his old Cadillac, tossing him in and locking the lid. Sorry about that. He drives towards the overgrown abandoned house. Meanwhile, Sarah pulls up to the accident, noticing that the wrecked car is her brother's. Bradley, what the hell are you doing? I hope you're okay. Walking up and quickly noticing there is no one injured, she looks towards the ditch line, sees the cream-colored folder laying in the leaves. She leans down to pull her pistol from her ankle strap. Checking and looking around, she sees tire marks in the mud going towards the end of Windmill Road. Getting back in her truck, she opens the folder. Inside contains newspaper clippings of missing people during the last few years. Starting to cry, feeling guilty, she gets a feeling something ain't right. I have to find Bradley. He's the only one that can blow all this wide open before Brandon and Alice move in. Daylight fades as Sarah pulls off in search for Bradley's whereabouts. That is part 2 of Invasion of Privacy. Kind of short, but we got to keep the cliffhangers coming. We can't give you too much. Got to give you enough to wet your whistle because, like I've stated, I want people to use their imagination as I read these. You can actually, to a point, close your eyes and visualize everything that's going on. Almost like a movie. It's like we're following a movie, but we're just cutting it off on parts. So, that's the kind of stories I want to write. Something to where you can almost just sit back with your eyes closed and just visualize as they're reading. Like it's like you can see that in your imagination. You can visualize everything. Part 3 is coming soon. I don't know when at this point, but it's like I said, as soon as it's written, it will be read. All I can say is stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when content like this drops or any fresh content that I do. Live video gameplay content, original stories, live reactions to TV shows. Uh, I make music myself. You get an update on any new song that I drop. So get notified. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up, thumbs down. It's your option. And I will see everybody on the next video of original story reading, Invasion of Privacy Part 3. Have a blessed and wonderful Valentine's Day. Love is in the air, people. Good night.